In 2004, the Jefferson County Public School System, along with Greater Louisville, Inc., put a program together called Everyone Reads. And the purpose of the program was to work with students who were not at grade level in reading, the goal being to have every child reading on grade level. And I was involved in the original committee, and the job that they asked me to take on was to recruit volunteer tutors to work with students to come into the school building one day a week and read with students for 30 minutes. So obviously, if I was going to try to recruit volunteers, I felt as if I needed to be involved myself. So the first student I worked with was a young lady by the name of Regina Jerman, who at that time was in the 2nd grade. At the point we connected, she was a little behind in her reading, and she was receiving some extra support from the teacher and other people in the school building. But my role was just to come in one day a week and spend 30 minutes and pick a fun book to read and just help her with her reading. And we did that for several years, but after a fairly short period of time, she was reading on grade level, but she enjoyed it, I enjoyed it, so we continued to stay involved, and we progressed through elementary school, middle school, and even high school. She recently completed her freshman year at University of Kentucky. We eventually recruited over 11,000 people to do this, but the one question people would ask, and the concern they had, was that, well, I'm not a teacher, I don't know how to do this. But particularly with the younger students, really, you don't have to be an educator, a professional educator. What you have to do is, I would suggest, be a caring adult who is willing to commit the time. And if you read fairly well, particularly when you're working with younger children, that probably qualifies you to do this type of thing. What I found, and what many people told me, was that although the students obviously benefited, the adults benefited as much or more than the children. The teacher in the classroom who might have 24, 25 students obviously has a certain amount of time they can dedicate to each child. And as hard as they're working to help each student be on grade level, the fact that an outsider can come in and just supplement what they're doing. We certainly weren't replacing what the professionals were doing, but I would suggest we were supplementing the work that they were doing. I think many of us look at the problems that we have in schools and in society in general and wish that we could wave the magic wand and cure all these ills. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a magic wand. I think the strategy and the way we're going to be more successful is one person connects to one other person. And it's at really a very grassroots level that I'm helping this young lady, other people are helping other students or other adults, other families. There is no silver bullet out there that we can utilize to solve all the problems, but I think if we connect adults to children as mentors, as friends, just as a support network in addition to their family structure, I think maybe we could go a long way to dealing with a lot of the challenges at least the schools are faced with. Certainly I was not trying to take the place of mom or dad or siblings. What I was trying to do is just be another friend, another caring adult in her life. And the fact that I enjoyed it and she enjoyed it, I think was the reason that we've maintained this relationship, even to the point where she's now in college, and my wife and I went up several months ago to visit her and see her dorm room and take her to lunch. I mean, just because we enjoy being with her and she enjoys being with us. The huge payoff for me was the satisfaction of seeing a young lady who I met at 8 years old and is now 19, and to watch her success, whether it was in elementary school or middle school or high school or now at the university level. To see her as the only female in the engineering club at Iroquois High School in Louisville, and her interest in math and science, her interest in the projects that the engineering club did, where she would be out there on a job site, on a project that the students worked on, and here was this one young lady and a bunch of high school guys, and she was right there with them. Just to feel as if you played some small role in a child being successful is to me the payoff. I would tell people that if you just sit around and lament about how bad things are in your city or in our state and just basically complain, then we're probably not going to see anything change. I mean, get involved, volunteer, reach out, do what you can in your community, in your town, with your local school, because I will assure people that you can make a difference, that as an adult working with a young person, you can change people's lives, and change people's lives for the better. And that's the only way I would suggest that we're ever going to solve a lot of the problems that we have. People have lots of talents and lots of treasures, whether it's financial resources, time, other expertise. If we just give a little, as individuals, I think you can make a huge difference in people's lives.